Don't show this book to a single soul, or they might tie you to a pole with hungry flames that stoke your pyre as the people yell out, "Burn with fire!" After reading, bury 9 feet high or bake inside a pumpkin pie. Whatever it takes, please don't ask why. Thus ends this transmission. Gotta go. Bye! The Foilers Society, written by C.C. Crime Fighter. Welcome, friend. We're glad you've come. It's been some time. We've seen someone. Our basement is quite hard to find unless you're of a gifted mind. This fact alone instills the thought, perhaps you're the one to fill this spot. My name's Al and this is Pete. Pull up a chair and take a seat. There are a few small rules you have to meet before you join our daring fleet. Question 1. This isn't fun? Okay, that's not a question, but you didn't run. So let's move on to number 2. Will you do what you have to do? Now comes the dreaded 3rd degree. Is your will to live life free? If your answer is yes, then here's the test. All we ask is for your best. Put this blindfold on your face that you might know your rightful place. And let me make a few things clear, so listen well while you are here. Us foilers are a special bunch that work off more than just a hunch. We have to know you know your stuff, and 1 pair of eyes won't be enough. The blind use 2, each made of goo, that squishy grapes that rabbits chew. But in our clan, we use all 3, and that, my friend, is why we see. So, why all the secrets, you may ask? To protect us in our solemn task. And if you wish to hear commit, we think you'll be the perfect fit. Come, rest this hat upon your head, and speak these words as they are read. I will love my fellow man, and plants, and pets, and clumps of dirt, and swear that they, within my care, can rest assured they won't get hurt. And if the price falls down on me, I know this is the order's fee. Until I'm called to merge with soil, I vow that I will live to foil. Welcome aboard, our tinny friend. On our every word you can depend. And should you find a pathless hurdle, you can count on me in our silver turtle. As is custom in introduction, before we move on to instruction, and I kindly ask, you will not fear, to know the cause of why we're here. Here is the hall of all our greats, whose courageous acts each sealed their fates, to honor those who trod the path and preserve the merit of our craft. Our beloved friend, Senor Skeeto, entombed within a bean burrito, when on a family's taco night, flew straight into the boundless light. Discerning by his gift to know, he noticed a peculiar glow that spoke to him of things not right. So with concern, he took his flight. He saw a surge come from a wire he knew for sure would spark a fire. So, to stop the charge of humming steel, he used his body as a seal, and with the force of stone and chisel, left this world in a crispy sizzle. Within this can of solid tin holds the last of Goldie's Fin, who in the act of valiant splendor cast herself into a blender, when an employee at the Shake It Off, upon feeling ill, let out a cough. And perceiving well a viral trend, Goldie knew would bring the end. For thirsty patrons intent to spend their money on a frosty blend, did what others could not do, and stopped the spread of a fatal flu. Bound by the oath she'd not forsake, merged with the vortex of the shake, and in the midst of her stoic pain, was poured without pity down the company drain. The remaining felt from Teddy's paw, who did not want to break the law, but feeling something was a fright when he saw the yellow light, incurred the will to intervene on what might have been a tragic scene, in a heroic leap of anticipation to prevent a scene of devastation, called the stray car's careless bluff, and transformed into a ball of fluff. To recall the tale is always tough. So let's move on. I've said enough. You might be saying in your head, what's the point? I'll end up dead. I cannot bear to be some foiler if my fate's this gruesome spoiler. I understand you're just concerned, but there is more you have to learn. This is not a quest that can be won, but rather one that you become. And if you trust in what I say, I know you'll see another day. So let's move on to something fun, and I'll show you how our work is done. Time to us is silly string that spirals out from thing to thing. And though at one point much condensed, dispenses out with great suspense, which tells the crowd the fun's begun, or signals that the party's done. And this is where we do our part, for to us, the end is just the start. It's like you've done it all before, or if you'd like a few times more. And once you have this small trick down, you'll better know what comes around. Yet, it will be a poor mistake to presume this job's a slice of cake. You have to make the public think you're timing some coinky-dink. It's not because we think they're bad, but know-it-alls make people mad. Thus, discretion is the price you owe to wear the title we bestow. Now, when you see a thing to come, you'll cause a scare to scream out, "Run!" I would advise a different road and simply put your words to code. Like this. Let's pretend before it rains, a tingly hum runs through your veins, and the people who live below the hill don't know their town's about to fill. Well, it's not so nice to shout and cry, "Get out, you fools! You're going to die!" The town will say, "That's not polite, and shame on you to cause this fright. This evening is make merry night. Now go to bed and turn off the light." I can attest you will offend the senses of your every friend. If to them your common trend is to yell in haste, "This is the end!" But do not feel you are resigned to conceal the feelings you're inclined. Rather, put away that cardboard sign and meet them where your thoughts align. If party they will, then party they must. So be a good sport and rent them a bus. And take them all up to that one perfect spot that to all was once known, but then somehow forgot. Bring all the food and bring the proper attire and do what they do, just a little bit higher. When the rain starts to come and the wind does its blowin', you'll know what they won't and where things are now goin'. The town will fill up, as valleys will do, and they'll start to feel bad from the loss they've been through. Go, put out some floaties and a few rubber ducks, and confess to them all how your timing just sucks. If you hang your head right and attest to your shame, more often than not, the crowd will proclaim, "There's simply no need to take on the blame. Yours isn't the faucet that brought on this rain." And though it is true, most folks won't recall that you were the one who sent warning to all. Each foiler is bound to live well by this rule. To be a good king, you must be a good fool. So, if you're still in the game, be in all the way, and don't be concerned with the price you will pay. Now reach for a phone, if your will is still able, and ring up 13 on the periodic table.